In the quiet suburb where my brother lived, the nights were supposed to be peaceful, a respite from the hustle and bustle of daily life. However, a chilling anomaly disrupted the serenity, plunging our lives into a maelstrom of terror. It all began a few years ago when my brother, a seemingly ordinary guy leading an ordinary life, started receiving mysterious calls on his cell phone. The timing was peculiar, always between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m. The calls were not ordinary, though. The otherworldly noise that emanated from the other end could only be described as a symphony of hellish torment, a cacophony of static entwined with anguished screams. Each night, the same routine played out. The shrill ringtone would pierce the silence, and my brother, still groggy with sleep, would answer. The scream static would assault his ears, a disconcerting blend that echoed through the darkened room. This ritual persisted for a month, an unrelenting nightmare that left him sleep-deprived and haunted. Desperate for respite, my brother decided to take matters into his own hands. He severed ties with his phone number, opting for a fresh start. Miraculously, the calls ceased. A sigh of relief washed over our family, and we hoped that the unsettling chapter had come to an end. Yet in the cruel twist of a malevolent fate, the calls resumed after a week. The same time, the same eerie noise. It was as though the torment had a life of its own, refusing to be exorcised from our lives. Frustration turned to fear, and fear to a gnawing sense of dread. In a bid to unravel the mystery, my brother took a bold step. Armed with determination and dread, he decided to backdial the enigmatic number. To his bewilderment, an elderly voice crackled on the other end, claiming ignorance of the calls. The labyrinth seemed to grow deeper, and the answers more elusive. The calls persisted, casting an ever-darkening shadow over my brother's existence. The relentless torment crept into his waking hours, the static screams haunting the edges of his consciousness. It became an insidious force, one that defied explanation or reason. Undeterred, my brother dialed the mysterious number again, only to encounter a different person equally perplexed by the accusations. The mystery seemed impenetrable, a nightmarish puzzle with missing pieces that refused to be found. Around the same time, misfortune struck. My brother lost his job, and the calls, as if tethered to his misfortune, finally ceased. Perhaps we thought the ordeal had come to an end with the upheaval in his life. But fate, it seemed, had a cruel sense of humor. One day, my mother handed me the cordless phone. A perplexed look etched on her face. A message had been left on our home phone, a message that echoed with the same scream-static symphony that had tormented my brother. As we played back the eerie recording, a cold shiver ran down our spines. The familiarity of the noise was unmistakable. The calls had found a new home, invading our sanctuary. We rushed to share the unsettling revelation with my brother, and he was visibly shaken. The nightmare had returned with a vengeance. He decided to confront the elusive tormentor one last time. Backdialing the number, he was met with a cold electronic voice informing him that the number was now disconnected. The unsettling saga had seemingly come to an end, leaving us in a state of eerie calm. Years passed, and the static screams never returned. The incident faded into the recesses of our memories, becoming a chilling tale to be whispered about during thunderstorms. Yet the inexplicable events had left an indelible mark on our lives, a reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to resurface. Years elapsed since the eerie calls subsided, and a semblance of normalcy returned to our lives. My brother, scarred by the torment of those nights, had rebuilt his existence, leaving behind the unsettling echoes that once haunted him. Yet the specter of the unknown lingered beneath the surface. A collective unease settled over our family, a lingering suspicion that the bizarre chapter might not have concluded as neatly as we believed. Life moved forward, and my brother found solace in a new job and a fresh start. The calls and once the haunting refrain of his nights became a distant memory, fading like an unsettling dream upon waking. He even dared to believe that the ordeal had truly come to an end. Then one mundane afternoon, as the sun dipped below the horizon, An unexpected visitor arrived at our doorstep. A stranger, clad in shadows, with eyes that held a secret familiarity. He carried an air of the mysterious, as though the static screams had taken human form. The stranger introduced himself as a researcher delving into the paranormal, an investigator fascinated by the inexplicable. His presence cast an eerie pallor over our home, awakening dormant fears we had long buried. With a knowing glint in his eyes, the researcher began to unravel a tale that mirrored our own. He spoke of a phenomenon, a spectral disturbance that preyed on unsuspecting souls, a malevolent force that sought solace in the chaos it sowed. As he delved into the intricacies of his research, a chilling realization crept over us. The calls were not isolated incidents, but part of a larger tapestry of the unknown. The static screams, it seemed, were an ancient language spoken by forces beyond comprehension. The researcher's investigation had led him to countless tales of individuals tormented by the same unearthly calls. The chronicles spanned decades, woven into the fabric of time like a sinister symphony playing across generations. The phenomenon, he revealed, was a spectral leviathan, an entity that traversed the realms of the living, a harbinger of discord that fed on the disquiet it sowed. As the night deepened, the researcher implored us to share our experiences, to contribute our narrative to the ever-expanding chronicle of the unknown. The walls of our home seemed to close in as he detailed accounts of others who had faced the same torment. The symphony of horror had become a haunting chorus echoing across the tapestry of time. In the silence that followed, the truth unfurled before us like a tenebrous revelation. The calls, the screams, the static. It was not a mere aberration, but a manifestation of a malevolent force that defied understanding. It had chosen my brother as its vessel, a conduit through which it expressed its otherworldly discord. The researcher's eyes glinted with a mixture of pity and dread. The entity, he postulated, was drawn to those who straddled the boundaries of the ordinary and the extraordinary, individuals who, by fate or design, became conduits for the supernatural. The revelation left us breathless, the weight of the unknown pressing upon our chests. The researcher, sensing the growing unease, assured us that he would continue his quest to unravel the mysteries that bound our lives to the spectral symphony. He vanished into the night, leaving us with unanswered questions and a lingering disquiet. The years that followed were marked by an uneasy calm. The calls never returned, but the shadows of the unknown loomed just beyond the periphery of our consciousness. The researcher's words echoed in the recesses of our minds, a chilling reminder that the inexplicable remained ever present, waiting for the opportune moment to resurface. As we navigated the currents of life, the static screams became a distant memory, a tale to be shared in hushed tones during family gatherings. My brother, though forever changed by the ordeal, found solace in the ordinary, anchoring himself in the mundane to ward off the shadows that threatened to encroach. The entity, it seemed, had moved on, seeking new vessels for its spectral symphony. Our family, scarred but resilient, embraced the echoes of silence that followed, finding strength in the ordinary moments that defined our existence. And so, the tale of the Midnight Symphony faded into the annals of the unknown, a chilling reminder that some mysteries defy resolution, lingering like a haunting refrain in the recesses of our memories. The static screams had ceased, but the echoes of silence resonated, a testament to the enigmatic forces that lie just beyond the veil of comprehension.